Hello, magical people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Megmoonbeam, and today I'm going to be sharing about the upcoming new moon in Libra that we're having this week for the collective and each of the 12 signs, as well as our weekly astro weather for the week ahead. Usually I will do two separate videos, one just for the weekly astro weather, another one for, of course, our lunations that we have going on. But there's so much happening that I need to put both of these together this week. So this is going to be a very fun Sunday live stream. Hope you guys are all doing very well. Let me know how you're doing in the live chat or in the comments below with the current astrological energies. I think I'm feeling our pre-Mercury retrograde with my words right away. And I'm sorry for coming on late. I was finishing up an important call and also having a little bit of a technical difficulty. So I hope everybody is doing well. And I'm excited to get into the current astrology with all of you. And before we do that, please remember to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate everybody's support. If you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, check out my astrology beginners course. All my offerings, social media links, those are in the description box of this video. So this is a very interesting week ahead that we have Monday, October 20th towards Sunday, October 26th. We are at the end of Libra season. We will be starting Scorpio season this Wednesday. So happy birthday, solar return to all my fellow crazy Scorpios out there. This is going to be a very interesting Scorpio season. That is for sure. So we got the start of Scorpio season, new moon in Libra, Neptune re-entering Pisces, some very intense aspects. We've got Sun opposite Chiron, Sun square Pluto, some nice aspects happening as well. We've got Mercury trine Jupiter, Mercury trine Saturn. So this is not going to be a boring week whatsoever. Oh, also, of course, Jupiter square Chiron. Wow, this week is a bit of a doozy. So I'm going to talk about our collective transits for the week ahead, including the new moon in Libra. And then closer to the end of the video, I'm going to go through each of the 12 signs predictions for this new moon in Libra. And I will be putting timestamps below also after the live stream. So this is very interesting stuff, and all happening as well with 3i Atlas getting closer and closer to the sun. We will be having perihelion, the date of exact closest proximity to the sun with 3i Atlas on October 29th. So happening next week. So we're also leading up to that. We're also leading up to Samhain, Halloween. This is a very energetic time, and we're starting to feel the intensity coming in of Scorpio season. Wolf Mother says, woohoo, stellium and I see in Scorpio. Yes, shout out to all my fellow Scorpios. Hello, Denmark. We've got Denmark in the house, Maine, New Jersey. Hello, hello, everyone. Very nice to see you all. Thank you very much for joining me. So let's start off with looking at the chart for the beginning of the week. So we're starting the week Monday, tomorrow from when I'm filming this video. I am filming on Sunday, October 19th, evening time, in Belgium. We're going to be starting off the week tomorrow on Monday with the sun, 27 degrees of Libra. Moon will be in Libra as well. We're leading up to that exact new moon happening on Tuesday, and Venus at home in Libra. So we are really feeling the Libra ruled areas of life for the whole week, as we're at the end of Libra season, as we are having a new moon in Libra. We have Venus at home in the sign of Libra. So this is a very strong energy, and we've been going through this Libra season that has had some very interesting aspects with Venus, the ruler of Libra, towards all of the outer planets. Many of us have been going through very big transformation and healing in our committed relationships, values, finances, contracts, obligations, overall aesthetic as well. And now that we're getting the very strong Scorpio influence coming in this weekend, we have Mercury conjunct Mars. That is actually exact today as I'm filming this video on Sunday. And we will have that strong aspect throughout the week as well. Sun entering Scorpio on Wednesday. Mars, the ruler of Scorpio, at home. Pluto, the modern day ruler, direct. There's a Plutonic Scorpionic influence over these Libra ruled areas of life. Very big healing in relationships this week, love relationships, work relationships. Libra also rules in astrology people that we have a commitment with. So whether that is your therapist or your lawyer or your doctor or your dentist, or if you yourself work with people in a client fashion through your work, these are the kind of Libra relationships that can be very highlighted and going through actually some potential healing breakthroughs, some potential shadow work, intensity this week as well. So we're starting off the week in the new moon portal, and you guys know that the 3 days before and after a lunation, we are within the portal of that new or full moon. So all week, will really pretty much the whole week, be within the portal of this new moon in Libra. No exact aspects on Monday, but we do have, as I said, that moon in Libra getting into a closer conjunction. And then Tuesday, new moon, 28 degrees Libra. Let me know in the comments section if you'd like to. What are your intentions? This is a fabulous new moon to be setting intentions. Yes, there's some intense aspects that I'm going to unpack with you guys, but why is this such a beautiful and very potent and magical new moon? Okay. First of all, the moon likes to be in Libra. Libra is a very beautiful sign. It is ruled by the goddess Venus. It rules the divine feminine pleasures and enjoyments of life. Libra is balance and love and beauty. It's very creative. It's about justice and diplomacy as well. Linda says in the live chat, meeting my love mate soon. That's my intention. Woohoo. Yes. And as we say those intentions out in the world, they get amplified. So congratulations, Linda. That is coming. Amazing new moon to be calling in a soulmate, calling in a lover, strengthening love relationships, going to the next level of a love relationship as well. Let me backtrack a second, you guys. I almost lost my point I was making there, which is why is this such a powerful and potent new moon? There is a yod, a finger of God chart aspect pattern pointing towards this new moon. Okay. So yods, for those of you who don't know, are very special chart patterns. It's a little bit technical. I don't want to confuse you guys, but we've got Saturn and Neptune in a sextile to Uranus, which are both in conjunct. Both of these guys are in conjunct towards the sun and the moon, making a sacred chart pattern that we call sacred aspect chart pattern, rather, that we call a yod. So there's literally a pointing, and it's very rare. This is not a usual aspect chart pattern to have pointing towards Uranus and Saturn and Neptune in sextile, pointing towards literally the sun and the moon, literally the new moon. There is a finger of God pointing towards the sun and the moon. Okay. So this is a fated moment. For those of you who don't know, yods, aka fingers of God, are fated moments. Very auspicious, very magical. Fated people coming into our lives. New moons are about fresh new energy, new things, setting the intentions, right? So fated new people coming in. There's also a theme with the very strong scorpionic energy of letting go also of some relationships, some commitments, contracts that no longer serve. So really pay attention to who is coming up, who is coming forward in your life. There could be potential love suitors, potential work partners, potential new therapists, people that do a committed work role for us, new clients, if we work with clients, new important people. And there can also be people coming back from the past. We now have Mercury in pre-shadow period before a Mercury retrograde that's going to be happening from November 9th to, is it November 28th or November 29th of this year? We've got several of the outer planets still retrograde as well: Uranus, Chiron, Neptune, Saturn. So there can be people from the past. And also that past energy is strong as well because this new moon is at 28 degrees, which is a Cancer degree. So there's a very strong Cancerian influence over this new moon. We'll unpack that as well. Cancer, for those of you who don't know, is the sign in astrology that rules the past. Nostalgia, our past memories, our past people from the past as well. So very big healing energy, faded healing energy of the people that are in our lives at this time. And I'm hearing spirit say, who is really, really in alignment at this time to have in your sphere? And what entanglements have come to a close? What contracts have come to a close? What contracts are beginning or can be set now? So it's also very potent, not just because of the yod, but also because the dispositor, the ruler of Libra and this new moon is Venus at home in Libra. So this is very strong, and Venus is not in any major aspects at the time of this new moon. So she's very strong. She's at 9 degrees, which is a Sagittarius degree. Very, very positive. So see where you have 28 degrees of Libra in your chart, because this is an area of life that is very good for you to be setting intentions, starting new beginnings. You can have very highlighted. And again, we'll go through each of the 12 sun, moon, rising signs closer to the end of today's video. If you have placements in the later degrees of any of the cardinal signs as well, you'll be feeling this very strong. So that's Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn. And if you have placements between 23 degrees of Libra and 3 degrees of Scorpio, this will be very significant for you. As I said, new moons are about setting your intentions, new beginnings, fresh new energy. And the sign of Libra, does anybody know, any of our astrology family know, what is Libra rule in life? What is Libra all about? It's going to be very strong Libra themes in our personal lives and also in the collective. Let me know in the live chat. I'm going to take a sip of my Halloween tea. Chrissy says, balance, relationships, justice. Yes, Chrissy, I love that you're using that word, justice. Yes, Barb is also saying justice. Paula says law, Libra relationships, legal contracts, balance. Yeah, it's all about relationships. Libra is a really interesting sign because it rules, it's an air sign, right? Cardinal air rules other people, others. What is being reflected back to us? So you guys are totally right on. Relationships, in particular, committed relationships, love, marriage, beauty, the arts, legal matters, law and order, balance, and justice. Also, one of the signs that rules politics and diplomacy. So I think we're going to see very big developments politically in the collective, for sure. I think we may even see, and I know that there was some sort of peace deal just made in the Middle East. If I'm not mistaken, I think we can see really big peace deals being struck within the portal of this new moon. And also over the next 28 days, something I've personally learned through my astrology practice, you guys, and let me know if anyone else has noticed this. Whatever current lunation we've just had, so whatever is the most recent new moon or full moon, we're still under the influence of that, and we can still have some of the astrological implications play out. So over the course of the next 28 days, I think we could have a major peace deal being struck, maybe possibly with Ukraine, Russia. I haven't looked at those charts. I should probably do a whole separate video just on that. Wouldn't surprise me if we literally had a peace deal being struck with those two, some other nations as well. And it's peace deals that are coming from a really intense place, with the sun in square to Pluto, sun in square to Jupiter, Jupiter square Chiron, sun opposite Chiron. There are tense aspects with this new moon. There are personally and collectively really big karmic themes that we're working through, right? As I said, the dispositor Venus is at home in Libra, strengthening this new moon's influence and is bringing a very positive energy. So we've got positive aspects that are happening. We've also got some challenging aspects that are happening. Mercury conjunct Mars in Scorpio at a Scorpio degree. Oh my gosh. So even though it's a new moon and it's in Libra, that's beautiful. It's at 28 degrees, Cancer degree. That's very nice. There's a very strong Scorpio influence. There's something that is dying for each of us and in the collective as well. Mercury, of course, deals with communication, our mind, our thoughts, our local community, our friends, our siblings, the information that we are taking in, right? It rules a lot of day-to-day things. Mars can be conflict. So there can be a major conflict that we're maybe having with a loved one, for many of us, that can be coming to a death point. Peace deals being made. Peace offerings. I'm seeing spiritually, like spirit showing me peace offerings. I think this is a very good new moon to like make a peace offering if there's been an issue with a loved one, to have really deep healing conversations. Mercury conjunct Mars in Scorpio at a Scorpio degree, very powerful new moon for any psychotherapy, therapeutic practices, any one-on-one healing work with clients, whether you do that yourself or that's something that you've been thinking about incorporating into your self-care. I think that's fantastic. So there's good and there's challenge that can come with that Mercury conjunct Mars. We've also got Jupiter square Chiron, which will be exact the day the sun ingresses into Scorpio on Wednesday, but is almost exact day of the new moon. 24 degrees, Pisces degree, Jupiter and Chiron. And, Jupiter expands whatever it's touching, makes it bigger. Chiron is all about our wounds, our trauma, our healing journey. So there's issues coming up to the surface with there's a T square going on here at this new moon with the sun and moon in an opposition to Chiron. So our wounds, our healing journey, our issues with unbalance between self and others, if there are any, is really coming up. And Jupiter is really making that strong, being in a T square to both of those guys. Libra isn't a sign that we typically associate with healing, but I think this is a fantastic new moon to be doing healing work, particularly healing work around relationships, self-love, where you've given your power away, where you've maybe been in the shadow aspects of Libra, right? Is there a place where we've maybe been people-pleasing? Is there a place in life where we've been compromising to a detriment at ourselves? Is there a place where we've been avoiding conflict? Is there a place where we've been too nice, right? Is there a place where Libra also rules with legalities? Is there a place where we're not being real about contracts and the actual legalities and law and order about how things work, right? There's consequences to action. There's karma. There's justice. Justice is very strong with this. We've also got Sun square Pluto. So this is going to be exact actually on the 24th. So that's going to be on Friday. And this is, one of the most intense aspects we can have in astrology. So there is an intense flavor to this new moon, pushing us towards transformation, bringing up shadows and wounds that need to be worked on. We can see potential power struggles in relationships as well, other people's shadows highlighted to us. And I invite you guys, if you'd like some reflective questions to work with, I invite you guys to think about with this new moon in Libra, which is fantastic for journaling. Okay, Libra, air sign, journaling, talk therapy, anything that has to do with the voice, consulting others, the element of air, to kind of reflect on how do we hold space for ourselves while holding space for others? Who are we surrounding ourselves with? Are we surrounding ourselves with people that have a positive influence? Are we surrounding ourselves with people that uplift us? Who are we attracting in life? And what are they reflecting back to us? Is there a place we are being overcompromising? Is there a place we are being too people pleasing? Is there a place that we're being fake? Right? That, and Libra is a beautiful sign, but that can also be a dark side of Libra, is not being your authentic self because you're wanting to keep the balance, you're wanting to keep the peace. Is there a place where some real serious boundaries need to be put up? So, some other ways we can work with this new moon: set intentions for committed relationships in love and work, contracts and obligations, dating, taking a relationship to the next level, connecting deeply with your romantic partners. It may also sound kind of funny, you guys, but Libra is the sign that rules fashion and beauty and aesthetics, along with the sign of Taurus, both ruled by Venus. So, this is a fantastic new moon to be doing a makeover. Okay. Cleaning out your closet, buying some new clothes, getting some beauty appointments done, doing a makeover, changing the colors that you wear. Libra teaches how we present ourselves through fashion and beauty, isn't as important as what's on the inside, but does make a difference. The colors we wear, Libra rules colors, right? Colors have different energy. Carly says, I'm studying fashion, so no, does not sound silly, but awesome. It really does matter. Your clothes, your makeup, does that make you feel good? Do you need new energy? Do you need new styles? This is amazing new moon to be doing a little bit of a makeover, doing a little bit of a glow up. It's also a great new moon for signing and creation of contracts, starting new jobs, practices, or side hustles that involve one-on-one relationships or one-on-one clients. This is a great new moon to be manifesting new clients if you're wanting to. It's also very creative. Libra is one of the signs that rules the arts. And another reflective question we can ask ourselves is, how can we bring more beauty, harmony, balance into our daily lives, which is really important, the pleasures and enjoyments of life. Some predictions, other predictions that I have for this new moon is, I think we're going to see in the public stage, on the public stage, important contracts and peace deals being signed. Literally could be on the day of this new moon in Libra, 3 days before or after, within the next 28 days until the next new moon. Significant new relationships or wedding engagements happening in the public eye. Innovations in the fashion industry. Political new beginnings and allies being made. Political families going through exposés or court issues. That makes me think of Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew, I don't even like calling him Prince, gives up his Duke of York title as Epstein allegations refuse to fade. So I'm sure many of you guys have heard, literally within the portal of this new moon, as we're leading up to it, Prince Andrew, don't like calling him Prince, but you guys know who I'm talking about. He's given up his titles. right? And he's saying it's because I do not want to distract from His Majesty the Queen's great work. I'm giving up my royal titles because no, I did not RAPE Virginia Guffrey. And no, I did not do anything illegal with Jeffrey Epstein, but actually it's because I don't want to distract from my royal family's work. Thank you. Sun square Pluto in Aquarius 1 degree. It is so out in the open. It is so ridiculous, right? So this is the official statement. In discussion with the king, which nobody voted for, and my immediate and wider family, we have concluded the continued accusations about me distract from the work of His Majesty and the royal family. I have decided, as I always have, to put my duty to my family and country first. I stand by, oh my God, sorry, you guys. I just had the shit scared out of me. My door just opened by itself. My door here just opened by itself. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you guys notice when it gets close to Halloween, Samhain, there's a lot of spirit activity going on. So literally my door just opened by itself. Is that Prince Andrew coming in? Are you trying to mess with me? Just kidding. To go on, he says, I stand by my decision 5 years ago to stand back from public life. Oh, must have been so hard for you, Andrew. With His Majesty's agreement, we feel I must now go a step further. I will therefore no longer use my title or the honors which have been conferred upon me. As I have said previously, I vigorously deny the accusations against me. Ends. Well, isn't it interesting that, what was it, a few months ago, there was this world exclusive James O'Keefe of Prince Andrew's personal assistant saying Prince Andrew was effing underage girls. And tomorrow is the release of the late and great, shout out to Virginia Giuffre, who is an Epstein survivor. Tomorrow is the release of her book. This is an ex post from Victoria Derbyshire. She said, I've read Virginia Giuffre's posthumous memoir, which is published on Monday. It contains searing details of the sexual abuse and cruelty she suffered at the hands of Epstein and Maxwell, as well as the details of the 3 times she says she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew, which he denies. Virginia's ghostwriter, Amy Wallace, will be with us on Newsnight on Monday evening. So I will definitely be getting that book for sure. Don't know about you guys, but this is part of this Sun square Pluto. Public dramas, public shadows being revealed about people in politics. Libra can also deal with royalty, right? So can be a little bit of a drama show this week with that Sun square Pluto and a new moon highlighting it at the same time. We can see very big court trials starting that are big and uncomfortable, that are revealing secrets about politics, people in law and order as well. It's interesting that J.D. Vance has this new moon conjunct his Pluto, 29 degrees of Libra. Any of you that are born in the, let me calculate this at the top of my head, mid 80s, you're going to want to check your astrological chart. But many of you in the later degrees of the Pluto and Libra generation will have this new moon in Libra conjunct your natal Pluto. So you will be feeling the Plutonic influence very strong. Those of you born in the mid 80s with Pluto at the later degrees of Libra, you'll want to check your chart. Pluto really has a strong influence when it's within 3 degrees orb. You can be going through big shadow work, secrets being revealed, transformation in your relationships, and maybe even some of you guys going through some court things as well. So I'm going to get to the new moon for each of the 12 signs in a little bit, but let's continue on to the rest of the transits going on this week. First of all, Dorina says, how about those born in the late 60s? Well, people born in the late 60s have Pluto in Virgo generation. Pluto is the outermost planet, as I'm sure all of you guys know, and spends a long time in each of the signs. So we have what we call Pluto generations, Neptune generations, Uranus generations, right? We're currently in Pluto in Aquarius generation. Shout out to all my fellow Pluto and Scorpios. So new moon on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, it's an intense day after the new moon, Sun enters Scorpio, Neptune re-enters Pisces, and Jupiter square Chiron. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you haven't seen my video I put out on my channel with my husband Jens, this past week we put out a video on Neptune re-entering Pisces. Neptune will be back in Pisces from October 22nd, 2025 until January 26th, 2026. And it's really interesting, this autumn period in the Northern Hemisphere. Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, all going back, re-entering Pisces in Saturn and Neptune's case, and Taurus in Uranus's case. My door is like moving on its own. So Neptune going back into Pisces, we've had Neptune in Pisces since 2011. And this is our last few months, starting on October 22nd, with Neptune back in its home sign of Pisces. Amazing for spiritual development, creativity, the healing arts. But there's a lot of challenge that comes with Neptune in its home sign of Pisces. We've been going through major mental health crises, screen addictions, escapism. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to try to shut my door because it's like moving on its own. Just give me one moment here. Somebody is trying to get our attention. That's interesting. Sorry, when I feel the spirits, I'm not doing drugs, you guys. I smell my therapeutic essential oils because it keeps me grounded. Sunny from Pluto and I are going to be doing a special Halloween special on Tuesday, October 28th. I need to confirm the date with Sunny, but I think it should be on Tuesday. We're going to do a mediumship live stream. We like to do that once a year. So that'll be not this week, but next week. So stay tuned for that. So, of course, this time of year is when our dear departed loved ones come back to visit us. That's what Halloween traditionally is all about. The veils between the worlds are at their thinnest, and we can connect to our ancestors, connect to the spirit world. It's a very, very magical time. So they're wanting to connect with us already. Very interesting. Larry says, is Sunny in the house? I don't think she is. I think she's in Canada and I'm in Belgium right now. Yeah, and that's also very Neptune and Pisces, the spirit world, paranormal, spiritual activity. So I'm going to be talking about that more and more because we're going to have that transit ongoing. But also, if you are a Pisces, this is the last time in your lifetime that your modern day ruler, Neptune, will be in your sign. So if you are Pisces placements in the later degrees, that will be affecting you the most. Very big time of healing, spiritual development, creativity, can also be confusion. That's why it can be challenging. Neptune can be confusion, illusions, brainwashing, mind control. So we want to be very discerning with Neptune back into Pisces of what is being projected onto us from the powers that be, because not all of it's going to be real. Okay. Yeah. So Wednesday, Neptune goes back into Pisces. Sun enters Scorpio. Sun enters Scorpio. I'm just feeling like I need to sing a song because it's Scorpio season starting. Shout out to my fellow Scorpios. So there's some kind of spirit that's a singer coming through. Mimi says, "Who is visiting you, Meg?" I feel like it's the collective of our ancestors and loved ones letting us know that they're here. We're here. Don't forget about us. We're here. All your spirit guides are here, right? So, Scorpio season, this is one of the most wonderful times of the year. If you like things spooky, it is when the veils between the physical and spirit worlds are at their thinnest. Hello, MJ. As the sun moves through Scorpio, expect heightened intensity in both the collective and our personal lives. This time of the year is perfect for cleansing, engaging in magical practices, and stepping into personal empowerment. This is a very special Scorpio season that is starting on Wednesday because it is our first Scorpio season with Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, modern day ruler, in Aquarius. Wowzers, an Aquarius Pluto that is out of bounds. Expect the unexpected. Embrace the surprises and new opportunities that will surface, guiding you through transformation as we enter the age of Aquarius. And it's very Scorpio intense on Wednesday with the sun and the moon and Mercury and Mars in Scorpio. We're going to get, woo, when we wake up on Wednesday, whoa, a Scorpio jolt. And it, woo. And also Jupiter square Chiron that day. Our wounds, triggers, traumas coming up to the surface. You guys, this Scorpio season is very supportive for our personal healing journeys. And this is something that for me personally, as a professional astrologer and mystic, I'm talking all the time, whether it's in my videos or one-on-one clients, talking people through their healing journeys. And for me, in the past few days, I've had a situation recently where I've realized like I actually need to do some real deal healing work around. And I've committed to that, and I've started to take the steps to do that. And it's really great astrology for, in my case, it's going to be spiritual psychotherapy mixed with osteopathy, mixed with also energy work, like on a regular basis, on like a at least once a week basis. And, when you commit to Scorpio is real deal healing modalities. When you commit to a real deal healing modality, if there's something that's been coming to the surface on your healing journey, it's very, very powerful. Not easy. Can be scary, but it's very, very powerful. And that's where the real transformation takes place, right? So this Jupiter square Chiron is showing us what's hurting. If something's hurting. And this Chiron and Aries transit that we've been going through, it's, we're healing through these Aries ruled aspects of life. Where have we given our power away? Where did we not put proper boundaries? Where were we unbalanced in our divine masculine? Where were we not in our self-worth? Where were we not in the present moment? What are some there may be inner child issues coming up. Aries can deal with being a baby or an infant, right? And during the Scorpio season, we're going to have this beautiful grand water trine between Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Mars, and then it'll be with Mercury. So there's with the sun in Scorpio. So there's very supportive energies this Scorpio season from end of October to almost the end of November of going really deep going really, really deep. And for me personally, within the past few days, there was, a situation that I've been dealing with where the level of what's been coming up, I started to feel it as really negative emotions and thoughts, like physically feeling that in my body. And I realized I can't hold on to this. I don't want to hold on to this shit. And I need help. Right. And we're all going through so much right now that there's nothing wrong with saying with a certain situation that you may be dealing with, you know what? I need help with this. Like I need a therapist, or I need an energy healer, or I need to, who wants to be a millionaire? Call a friend, or I need to exercise. I need to get a trainer. Is there an area like this Jupiter square Chiron is asking you, is there an area where you genuinely maybe need some help? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a miracle that we're all alive with everything going on in the collective, with everything we're processing through with these rapid transformations. And if you're feeling really intense emotions, if you've been struggling with something, there's nothing wrong with doing some real deal healing work, or there's nothing wrong with getting professional assistance with that in whatever way that resonates with you. Any sort of healing art ruled by Scorpio and all the water signs, which we've got this beautiful grand water trine happening right now, supporting us in that. So that's Wednesday. Thursday, we also have Moon in Scorpio ingressing into Sagittarius. No exact aspects happening on that day. The energy will lighten up as we get into, actually not that much Thursday, but it's still going to be very intense. Sun square Pluto that we're leading up to exact on Friday. Sun square Pluto with Mercury trine Jupiter. So this Scorpio season, it's coming in hot. It's coming in, no joke. Sun enters Scorpio Wednesday, Jupiter square Chiron, Sun square Pluto, Neptune goes back into Pisces. If there's something you've not been dealing with on your healing journey or from your shadow side, it is going to be very right in your face this week in a very intense way. So act accordingly, do the healing modalities and the self-care that resonates with you. Don't take things personally from other people. Sun square Pluto, people's shadow sides can be really out. It can be a volatile energy. It is a very intense energy. Be careful where you go. Be careful who you're around. It's a little volatile as we get to the end of the week, particularly on Friday. Mercury trine Jupiter is actually a lucky aspect happening on the same day as Sun square Pluto. Lucky for communication, marketing, business, day-to-day activities. And then on Saturday, Mercury trine Saturn. So Mercury, even though he's pre-shadow, is in some nice aspects, ruling our day-to-day ruled areas. And I like that we have the moon in Sagittarius Friday and Saturday with that sun in square to Pluto. So that is lightening it up a bit. Thank God for that. It is going to be intense though. Okay, before we get into our readings for each of the 12 signs for the new moon in Libra. Oh yeah, also just want to bring up real quick for my fellow Canadians, anybody that cares about Canadian politics, we've got an interesting development of Pierre Poilievre, who is the leader of the opposition, the leader of the Conservative Party, is ready to hand over evidence that could lead to the arrest of Justin Castro to the RCMP. It's really happening. Take a little listen to this. This will be very interesting if this actually happens. And Libra does rule justice and law and order. So let's see.
Many of the scandals of the Trudeau era should have been involved jail time.
In an interview posted to YouTube, the Conservative leader ripped into his former House of Commons opponent for the 2019 SNC-Lavalin affair and Justin Trudeau's 2016 family vacation on the Aga Khan's private island, as well as how the RCMP handled the cases.
The RCMP covered it all up, and the leadership of the RCMP is just frankly just despicable when it comes to enforcing laws against the Liberal government.
There's no interference. I don't take any orders from any political individual.
When the RCMP's top cop rejected cover-up claims,
I would invite Monsieur Poilievre to meet with us and to meet with the people who run this great organization.
Pierre Poilievre said he would accept the invitation and double down.
If the RCMP commissioner is now saying that he wants to open that investigation, we're prepared to hand over all the evidence of Mr. Trudeau's criminal code violations.
Do it, Pierre. You better come through, Pierre. I am not joking. Okay? We are not joking, Pierre. So you're talking some big talk. We would like to see that action and justice being served. And for those of you who don't know what the RCMP is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, who admitted, here's a little clip that came out after Pierre saying that this past week in this New Moon in Libra portal. Breaking, Conservative MP Michael Cooper makes the RCMP confirm that Justin Castro, as I like to call him, illegally obstructed the investigation into SNC-Lavalin and broke the law. Well, would you look at that? Pierre was right again. Why isn't the CBC covering this clip? This is going to be very interesting to see what goes down for Canada in this New Moon in Libra portal and over the next month, with gossip, with chit-chat that there may be an election coming in sooner than later. So I'm going to have to do a whole updated Astrology of Canada video. Stay tuned for that, you guys. There's so much happening. So much happening, so much happening, so much happening. Let's pull some tarot cards for all of us for this week ahead. And then we'll get into predictions for each of the 12 sun, moon, and rising signs for the new moon in Libra. Universe, what is our guidance for this week ahead for our highest good with these very potent and transformational astrological transits? Wow. Okay. So right as I'm pulling these cards, I'm hearing our ancestors saying, I am with you. I am with you. So there's very strong spiritual support. There's very strong, I'm seeing like our ancestors standing behind each of us right now. This is going to be a big week. This feels like on the personal levels and collective, this is a very big week. And we are not alone. Our departed loved ones are with us. Our guides are with us. Our star family are with us. We have so much support with us at this time. And don't forget it. And don't be afraid to ask for guidance and help if you need it. Wow. Okay. So first of all, we got the Fool. We got the Fool. This is a very big new beginning, new moon, new beginning, fresh new energy, the Fool. Spread your wings and fly. So there's a very big beginning this week happening for all 12 signs, for all of us. We're stepping into new territory. It's important for us to embrace the unknown. It's important for us to have a childlike wonderment and openness and be open to new things, new potentials, moving past stagnant energy. Isn't this interesting? Also, we've got the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Open your heart and receive the emotions around you. Like I said, this week, we're entering Scorpio season. We got a lot of water influence, that grand water trine starting. It's a very healing frequency, healing on all levels, and in particular in love life, our emotional well-being, all the things listed on this Ace of Cups card. A lot of it has to do with Libra. Unconditional love, new friendship, beauty, opulence, pleasure, self-love. Believe. I'm hearing Spirit say, believe in yourself. Believe that you are worthy of receiving. Before you even put your intentions out there, check in with, do you believe you are worthy of receiving? Fill yourself up, your emotional body up with the feelings that you are love, you are worthy, you are light, you are deserving. Self-love is important with that Ace of Cups. And there can be very big emotions also with that Ace of Cups. Overflowing emotions can be coming up with this new moon in Libra. I love the 10 of Pentacles. This is such a great card. Everything in fruition and wisdom from all stages of life. This card has a lot to do with inheritance, prosperity, abundance, intergenerational wealth. Interesting. And Jupiter is in Cancer, square Chiron, and square the new moon. So healing in our familiar, and it's also at a Cancer degree, this new moon, our family. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes the cards are a little bit tricky. There we go. Healing in our family, up-leveling in our family as well, family abundance, legacy. What is the legacy of your family? Success in the family members arena. And the Queen of Swords, she's been coming up a lot lately. She has been coming up a lot. Your clear communication expresses what's best for all. And we've got that Mercury, ruler of communication, conjunct Mars this week. There can be intense communication, being mindful of what you communicate. Precision, interesting. I'm hearing the word precision when it comes to communication. And I'm getting this very strong message of like, before you put your intentions out, and Libra is an air sign, it is very powerful to speak your intentions, to journal your intentions, to chant your intentions. Actually feel like that Ace of Cups self-love of, before you put that out, do you check in with, do you even believe like you're worthy of that? First of all, check in with your self-love levels, your worthiness. Because when you feel something, like Joe Dispenza, he's so great at talking about feeling is believing. You need to feel it emotionally and in your body to be able to manifest it, right? You don't manifest stuff just sitting there. If you don't think you're worthy of love and you're just sitting there, I'm calling in my soulmate. Why isn't he coming in? I called him in. You need to feel it. You need to see it. Some of us are more clairvoyant, clairsentient, but you need to actually believe what you're saying and feel your own value and feel that you are worthy of that and actually love yourself first. And check in with, are you trying to manifest from an empty place, from a codependency place, or are you manifesting from a place of, you know your value and your worth, and you feel the love within you, and you feel the light being that you are, and you feel strong and healthy within yourself, and you're calling in a lover, you're calling in a workmate from that place, right? Oh, thank you, Mary. Nice to see you. Thank you, Blue. What is on my face? Sorry, you guys. I just noticed there's like some weird caca on my face. What the heck? Sorry. Okay, very nice cards. The Fool, Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Very nice. Okay, let's go through each of the 12 signs. Linda says schmutz. Yeah, like what the heck is on my face? Anyways, okay. Oh my God. And we're going to start with our Aries. I like to go back and forth, starting with the Aries. Sometimes we'll start with the Pisces. It's all about balance, Libra, fairness. We can't always start with the Aries first, but Aries, you're lucky this week because we're going to start with you. Okay. Aries, Aries, Aries. And I invite you guys to listen to your sun, moon, and rising signs, putting a particular emphasis on your rising sign because that's actually where the planets are going to be transiting over in your chart. Also your sun, of course, also your moon. So Aries, you're having this new moon in Libra happen in your 7th astrological house. So this is a beautiful new moon to be setting intentions around love, work partnerships, contracts, obligations. This is a great new moon if you're having to deal with any legal affairs, if you're having to make any serious new commitments, decisions, if you're wanting to attract new clients, if you're wanting to start a new one-on-one client business, side hustle. This is really good. Very good new moon for doing a makeover, glow up, like I was talking about at the beginning of this video. We've got your ruler Mars in the 8th house of Scorpio, and conjunct Mercury. So there can be some intense conversations happening. Okay, there can be some very big opportunity for healing, growth, maybe great new moon for starting to see a therapist, for starting to see a healing arts professional on a regular basis. Maybe you're wanting to do that professionally yourself. We've got Jupiter in T square. Jupiter is at the height of the apex rather, of a T square with the sun opposite Chiron, both in square to Jupiter. And that is pointing right at your 4th house. So there are healing opportunities, possibly some challenges going on with women in your life, 4th house of Cancer, family members, or home or property. Aries, I really like this new moon for you for doing healing, self-care work, manifesting based on relationships, and connecting deeply to your self-value and your self-worth as well. And let's pull a card for our Aries for this new moon. See what we got for the Aries. It's interesting. I'm hearing for you guys believe in yourself, which is weird because you're Aries. And usually you do already believe in yourself, but you have been having Saturn in your sign. You have been having Neptune in your sign. You have been having some intense stuff going on. Believe in yourself, Aries. You're an Aries. Remember who you are. Like there's a message coming through of remember who you are. Okay. You're an Aries. You're a leader. You're powerful. You're strong beyond measure. We've got the 10 of Wands for you. There's always another way to do something. Yeah, it feels like some of you Aries might actually be holding something that's not yours, a burden that's not yours, overworking, you're feeling overly stressed. There may be a little bit of an energy leak to where you're not feeling fully empowered. And I know this is very general for Aries, but let me know how the Aries are feeling. Yeah, and the new moon in your 7th house, check in with who you're surrounding yourself with and claim your boundaries if you need to. Okay. Sending lots of love your way. Next, we've got our Tauruses. my fellow Tauruses, you are having this new moon in Libra in your 6th house. So this is a beautiful new moon to set intention, start new beginnings, having to do with work, day-to-day work, your office space, maybe giving a glow up, a makeover to your office space, your health, your fitness, wellness routines, doing day-to-day routines that actually make you feel good and give you pleasure. That's something for you to maybe be reflecting on, calling in at this time. We've got your ruler Venus. Your sister sign is Libra. Venus at home in Libra, also in the 6th house. Great new moon also if you need to do like appointments having to do with health or your wellness, getting a checkup, starting a new health routine. And Jupiter, who is at the apex, the center point of this T-square, is in your 3rd house. So that T-square with the sun in Libra pointing towards opposition to Chiron and Aries, and both in square to Jupiter in your 3rd house, there may be some tension going on in family, sibling, or cousin relationships. Can be, I'm hearing the word miscommunication. Some Tauruses may be going through relationships where there's like a miscommunication or a misunderstanding. There may need to be better communication with yourself and a loved one. Taurus, if there's something that if there's someone you've been thinking about a lot, maybe you need to give them a call. Maybe you need to shoot them an email. Remember, you guys, if we're dreaming about somebody or we're thinking about somebody a lot, you need to reach out to that person. Okay, that's your intuition, and that's coming up for a reason. We've also got Pluto at the top of your chart, right on the midheaven in the Taurus solar charts in square to the sun. Holy guacamole. So there can be very intense possible power struggles with the sun in the 6th, square Pluto in your 10th, to bosses, authority figures, co-workers, power struggles in work situations, or maybe even with a family member, older family member as well. Okay. You may want to protect your energy when it comes to work. You may be dealing with some weirdos or weird situations when it comes to work. And don't be scared to stand your ground, Taurus. Be in your value. Be your badass self. You are the bulls of the zodiac, and you are going through a huge up-leveling when it comes to career and professional life with that Pluto in the 10th house. And that sun square Pluto at the time of this new moon can be highlighting actually like, are you dreaming big enough? Do you really believe in yourself? Are you holding limiting beliefs? How can you strengthen your value through your wellness, through your diet, through your routines, through your work? Something to think about. Okay, let's pull a tarot card for our Tauruses. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Ooh, we've got Temperance for our Taurus rising sun and moons. Seek balance and create a calm atmosphere. Well, Libra is the sign that rules balance. Moderation, tranquility, serenity, realization, combination of forces. Balance in your work-life balance. Balance with your health as well. New moon in your 6th house of health and routine. So how can you bring more balance between work and your wellness and things that are actually going to nourish you, right? That water in the card is very nourishing. It's very healing. How can you bring more of that frequency into your life on a day-to-day basis? It's so important, you guys, for us to be doing something every single day, actually multiple times a day, that nourishes us through the food we eat, Virgo, through how we wake up, our morning ritual, through how we go to bed, through how we deal with stress throughout the day or things coming up. Okay, Tauruses, love you guys. Next, we go to our Geminis. Gemini, sun, moon, risings. You're having this new moon in Libra in your 5th house. Ooh, this is very romantic and sexual and fun. Ooh la la. If you're a single Gemini, sun, moon, or rising, this is an amazing new moon for you to be going onto the playing field, for you to be courting, dating, having some fun. Yes, Linda, it's in your fun house. Very creative as well. Good time to be spending time around children, setting intentions around love, creativity, showcasing your gifts and talents out into the world, being in the spotlight. Your ruler Mercury is conjunct Mars in your 6th house. So that is intense. You've got your ruler Mercury in Scorpio at a Scorpio degree, conjunct Mars, the ruler of Scorpio. So you can actually be feeling quite sexy, if I dare say. There could be some good sexy time going on. I'll just be completely honest. The 5th house is one of the sex houses, along with the 8th house. Mars and Scorpio is, good for sex and sexy time. Mercury is your ruler conjunct Mars. So there could be some nice sexual healing that you're having with the time of this new moon. Linda says the cruise is Linda is a Gemini rising, by the way. Hope you don't mind me saying that, Linda. The cruise is during Mercury retrograde. Not a good time to meet a permanent mate. I'm sad. Well, Linda, okay, the thing about Mercury retrograde is we want to just double check everything and we don't want to rush into things. So, and this is something I'm bringing this up because Linda and I have talked about this previously. And this goes for anything with a Mercury retrograde, you guys. If something new comes up during a retrograde, it doesn't mean it's a complete no-no. It just means you need to double check that and don't rush into anything. And there may be something we're overlooking, okay, but we'll get full clarity when the retrograde period is over. Hope that helps, Linda. Don't worry. You got some good transits going on. So yeah, this is for you Geminis, very romantic, fun, sexy. Love it, love it, love it. How can you bring more fun into your life? More balance of fun in your life. We've got Jupiter at the apex of the T-square between the Sun, Chiron, and Jupiter in your 2nd house of your values and your self-worth and finances and abundance. I think a lot of Geminis, you're going to be, oops, sorry, I just hit the mic. You're going to be very inspired to bring some real deal new pleasure into your life, abundance through your gifts and talents, income streams through your gifts and talents. And maybe there's some wounds there, right? T-squared towards Jupiter in your 2nd. Like, is there a limiting belief or is there a wound there from childhood or from a family member or someone that made you feel like you're not worthy of being in pleasure, made you feel like you're not worthy of abundance? That's something that you maybe want to look at if that is coming up for you. Okay, let's pull a card for our gemmies, gems for this new moon. Linda. And to everybody else, that's a Gemini placement. Knight of Pentacles. He is a very, I know we typically associate the, oh my God, I'm having a total brain fart. Knight of Cups with romantic suitors, but the Knight of Pentacles, this is making me feel like this could be a very, if you're a single Gemini, a very reliable suitor can be coming forward. And abundance, new beginnings in abundance and love and pleasure. Take a methodical approach and you'll achieve your dreams. Conservative, methodical, dull, dependable. This is bringing in some grounding. This is bringing in a new framework. This is bringing in, I'm hearing the word reliability in yourself and reliability in others, and in particular, romantic and work partners. So that's a good thing. Okay, Love you, Geminis. Next, we move on to our Cancers. Cancers, you are having this new moon in Libra in your 4th house, which is the house of Cancer. And we've got Jupiter in Cancer at the apex of this T-square. Cancers, you may be feeling quite emotional. Okay, which is not a bad thing. You guys are usually emotional. But you can be having some feels, you can be having some emotions coming up, you can be having some sensitivities. This is a beautiful new moon to do emotional healing work, to do anything that has to do with home, family, properties, your emotional well-being, starting a family, committing with a partner on the next level of your relationship, bringing more love or beauty, aesthetic into the home, maybe doing some feng shui in the home. Jupiter in your sign, in your 1st house at the point of this T-square. So yeah, there can be some sensitivities. There can be emotions from the past. Cancer is the past. 4th house is the past. I wonder if you guys are going to have any past lovers coming up. Let me know. If past lovers are coming up, we don't want to go back into something that doesn't serve us, but sometimes there's people from the past that come up that, whether it's a friend or a work associate, Libra can be work associates or a past lover, sometimes people change. I'm not saying go into a past relationship, but just saying that sometimes people change and sometimes a relationship wasn't happening at the right time, right? Carly says, I know I'm working through a past love for sure. Yeah, that's going to be a theme for some of you Cancers, healing through past love, calling in new love, positive development in family. Let's pull a card for our Cancies. Strengthening of yourself and your gift of your sensitivities. Ooh, ooh. 9 of Swords. Worrying changes nothing. Decide your next step. Okay, so this is the worrying card, right? This is where we're giving too much energy over to worry, anxiety. Let me pull a clarifier on that. Cancies, how are you guys doing out there? Yeah, with Jupiter and Cancer square Chiron. Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay, that's good. Wow. 9 of Swords and then the 10 of Swords reversed. Recovery, regeneration, rebirth, beneficial. Okay, I'm getting this very strong sense. Like some of you Cancers may be dealing with a challenging emotional situation right now, but I'm feeling a lot of you are actually having, because it's very nostalgic, actually, Cancer in the 4th house. Things can be coming up from the past that you maybe haven't even thought about in years, that you've gone through the recovery, you've gone through the rebirth, but it's kind of like a last check-in into it. It's kind of like, because you are so emotional, you are Cancers, there maybe needs to be some more tears, there maybe needs to be some more processing through it emotionally. I'm getting a strong sense of hurtful things from the past or things that stressed you out from the past might be coming forward, and you're processing through that emotionally. So self-care. That's ruled by Cancer. That's what you guys rule. So I like that we got that 10 of Swords reverse. So you're not in a bad place. You just need to be mindful of what you're worrying about. And if you are having anxiety or you are having really sensitive emotions, you could be processing something in the present moment, but it also might be something from the past. Okay, love you, Cancers. Leo, sun, moon, and risings. You are having this new moon in Libra in your third house. So this is a great new moon for communication, sharing your voice, um, podcasting, blogs, social media, marketing, business, short distance travel, doing things in your local community, going to a new moon event in your local community, spending time with friends, siblings, or cousins. Dating Libra in your local community. Go to a local singles event, Leos, if you're on the prowl. It's a lighthouse, it's a fun house, and it's a positive sign that the new moon is in. So this is nice for you guys. We've got Jupiter at the center of that T-square in your 12th house. So that is very creative. That is very spiritual. You can be having some healing dreams. There might be some funky dreams. Sun opposite Chiron, both in square to your Jupiter in the 12th house. Might be some funky dreams. Okay, but process what you're going through. And there's probably intense things you guys are going through because you've got Pluto on your descendant in your relationship house. So a lot of Leos are going through breakups, divorces, toxic relationships, transformation of your relationships, to where it's good for you to process those things through creativity and spiritual practices and healing as well. Leos, let's pull a card for the lions of the zodiac. Ooh, we've got the Page of Swords. Cool. And the new moon is in your third house. An air house, an air new moon sign, and an air card. Take your time to think before you act. Restless, energetic, talkative. Yeah, there can be a lot of conversations going on. It's a good new moon for conversations and being wise about your words and who you're conversing with. And you may be feeling kind of restless. Okay. You may be needing to go for walks, journal, chant it out. Right. But this is overall a fun card. Sometimes he needs to watch his words. Sometimes he needs to watch what he's doing. But this can be a very creative new moon, and speak your intentions into existence. Love you, Leos. Now we move to our Virgos. Virgos, you're having this new moon in Libra in your second house of Taurus, which is also a Venus-ruled sign. So Virgo, this is a great new moon for you to be doing abundance manifestation, setting intention around your values, your income, prosperity, pleasures, and enjoyments in life. Starting maybe a new routine around what you eat. Second house of Taurus is food, what we eat, right? What nourishes you. Maybe you want to go get an appointment. Libra is appointments of like finding out from a naturopath, actually, what's the best foods for you to be eating based on your body, right? There's natural tests that you can do for that. We've got your ruler Mercury in Scorpio at a Scorpio degree conjunct Mars, the traditional ruler of Scorpio, in your third house. Again, there's a theme for many of us of healing conversations, healing in relationships with our friends, siblings, cousins in our local community. I see this as overall a pretty feel-good new moon for you Virgos that's wanting you to look at your self-worth, your abundance, where you find pleasure, where you can bring more pleasure and abundance in. And abundance is money, but it's not just money. It's also the arts in our life, how we connect to nature. Second house is also nature, things that we consider beauty and beautiful. We've got Jupiter at the center of a T-square between the Sun and Chiron as well in your 11th house. So there may be an issue going on with a friend or a group that you're associated with, or could even be technology that you're using at this time. Maybe you're noticing, Virgo, that there could be a new beginning in how you work with technology or social media, setting some good routines around that. If there's something that doesn't make you feel good, I know I don't feel good when I'm on the freaking technology all the time. I really try my best to be diligent about how much time I spend on that. Jupiter is expanding those 11th house areas, but the 11th house is also gains. Jupiter is overall a positive planet. Yes, there can be challenges with him at the height of a T-square, but in your 11th house can also really be highlighting your higher wishes, dreams, goals, aspirations in the 11th house. So, what physical steps need to be taken? I'm hearing Spirit say to manifest some of those things. Something for you to think about with this new moon. Let's pull a card for our Virgos. Ooh. Oh my God, we got the moon. Ooh. Be careful of seeing things that are not there. Subconscious illusion, fear. It's also intuition. It's also mystery, but there is challenge that comes with the moon. So I'm going to pull a clarifier. The Fool. Okay, this is interesting. Like, I'm getting with this moon card for some of you Virgos, my Virgos out there. I'm getting this like stuck feeling with this moon card. Are any of you Virgos feeling like you're stuck in a job or a relationship or a situation or a belief or a pattern? I'm getting this stuck feeling. If you're feeling like you're stuck, it's an illusion, is what I'm getting. Okay, so don't feed into your own disbelief and illusions about yourself. There's actually very positive energy and opportunities at this time for you. Spread your wings and fly. If you're feeling stuck in any sort of way, if you're feeling low or hard on yourself or not happy, go do something completely different immediately with this new moon. Okay? Try something completely different. Get out of stagnant energy. Be in your inner child. Or maybe with Jupiter in your 11th house, there may be someone close to you, like a friend or a group association, that it's like a weird situation and it's stuck. You don't need to take that on. You do not need to take that on. Okay. So sometimes we get caught in loops. When you're like caught in a loop, that's very moon, that's very Neptunian. Physically, the full card just dropped. Physically take the steps to get yourself out of that loop. Do something completely different. Margie says, no, not stuck, not looking forward to winter season. I know that's not always fun for the winter season, but there's things we can do in the winter: rest, relaxation. Depending on where you are physically located in the world, there's different things we can do. Therese says, Virgo rising, feeling very stuck in a current situation. Okay, yeah. So being in that, as I said, Fool energy, connecting to your inner child, bringing as much joy in as you can, doing things in a different way. And when I say doing things in a different way, listen to different kind of music, eat different kind of foods, go on different kind of walks. That moves the energy. And when you do different things, shifts the timelines to help us get out of quote unquote stuck situations. So hope that's helpful, Therese and everybody. Sending lots of love to you, Virgos. And now we move to the sign of the hour, the Libras. Well, I hope you've had a very nice Libra season. Happy birthday, solar returns to all you lovely Libras. Happy new moon in your sign. I think this is a very nice new moon for you Libras, with it being in your sign, with your ruler Venus at home in your sign, this is very empowering, okay? This is a beautiful new moon for you to set intentions, for you to, excuse me, put yourself in the spotlight, be in your gifts and talents, and pay attention to what's going on around you. We've got Jupiter in your 10th house in T square to the sun opposite Chiron, both in square. So this is highlighting your work, your long-term goals, where you want to be going, your legacy. You can be feeling really, really inspired. There may be some challenges that you're feeling when it comes to your long-term goals, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your professional life, but it's nothing that you can't move through. And you guys are highly talented and creative, Libra. So I invite you with this new moon to tune into like remembering what your gifts and talents are, putting yourself out there, believing in yourself, speaking your intentions out into existence. We've got Pluto in your 5th house, very creative and empowering as well, and in square to the sun. So it feels like you're being pushed to this next level of, I keep hearing for you, your gifts and your talents and sharing those out into the world with this new moon. There can be some very significant new relationships coming into your life, new contracts, commitments coming into your life as well. Let's pull a card. Oh my God. Whoa, Libras, the Death card. Growth always means leaving something behind. Transformation, ending cycle, transition, time, necessary change. You are changing. We are all changing. It's interesting because I said at the beginning of this video, it's a beautiful new moon in Libra with very strong Scorpio influence. This is a Scorpio card of death and rebirth. Something needs to die for us to move forward. To call something in, we need to let go. So as you're calling in, as you're creating, what are you also letting go? What are you allowing to go through a death at this point? Oh, just pulled a clarifier for you as well. Ace of Swords. That is so awesome. I feel like many of you Libras have gone through a very big insight breakthrough recently, a very big download, a very big clarity. And I feel many of you are feeling empowered and like something has died, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a past pattern or past belief. You know where you're going, you know what's in alignment, and speak it into existence. You guys are going through, this is a breakthrough moment. Holy guacamole, the death with the Ace of Swords. Congratulations, Libra. This is a big one for you. Okay, next we've got my fellow Scorpios. Scorpios, we are having this new moon in Libra in our 12th house with our two rulers going through some intense stuff. Mars in Scorpio at a Scorpio degree, conjunct Mercury, Pluto on our IC. Oh my goodness. The most sensitive part of our charts in square to the sun. So Scorpios, we are feeling intense. Okay. We are honestly being called to do some healing work with this new moon in Libra in our 12th house. We are being called to slow down, to rest, to recuperate, to take pause, to reflect on how far we've come and take stock of what we are processing through at this moment. Similar to what I was talking about as a Scorpio sun earlier in the video before I started doing the sign predictions. Like for me as a Scorpio, I recently, within the past few days leading up to this new moon, realized there's something going on in my life where I actually really need to start doing some real deal like healing work around it. in a way that I haven't done in a really long time. And so the 12th house rules, you know, behind the scenes work, spiritual healing, karmic reset, rest, allowing for sleep, creativity, sacred sites. Libra is very creative. The 12th house is very creative. There could be new spiritual people coming into your life, new spiritual healing professionals coming into your life. And Scorpios, I'm going to do a whole separate video on this for us next week, but us having this Pluto and Aquarius out of bounds at the bottom of our charts on the IC, we are very volatile and in emotional extremes right now. I'm just going to be honest. And with that Pluto out of bounds in Aquarius at the bottom of our chart, square the sun this week, we are going to be feeling intense. We can be feeling more on edge. So this new moon in Libra, you're going to be feeling it intense. So take it easy. Move with grace, move slower, allow for rest. And yes, set your intentions, but do it in a relaxed way. Do it in a spiritual way. It doesn't have to be out there. Go within. Go reflective with this new moon. Let's pull a card for all of us Scorpios. So let me know, Scorpios. I'm curious to hear how you're feeling. Thank God. Thank you, universe. I don't know if you Scorpios notice, we get very intense cards a lot of the time. So I am so grateful that with our transits we've got going on right now, we've just got the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, you have strength in your beginnings. The cycle restarts. This is a Jupiter card. Change, chance, fate, happiness, cycle, destiny, luck, karma. Yes. I'm hearing if you face yourself, if you go within, if you be the Scorpio and you do the shedding, you're going to be rewarded. You're going to have creative renewal. You're going to have luck. You're going to have happiness. Do not deny the intensity that's coming up. And if you're a Scorpio right now and you're like, I don't know what the hell Meg's talking about, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling fine. I'm very happy for you. You must have something else like counteracting that in your chart, because every Scorpio I know, we're going through very intense change. So the fates are on our side with this Wheel of Fortune card. Stay in your heart. Yay, that's beautiful. Love you, Scorpios. We got 4 more signs. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and risings. Saggies, you're having this new moon in your 11th house. So this is beautiful for setting intentions around new friendships, new relationships, new like-minded community, spending time at this new moon in like-minded community. Go to like-minded events, go to like-minded groups. You could meet a new lover. You could meet a new friend. You could meet a new group that you join that community. You know, community, Sagittarius, as you probably know, is so, so important at this time. We've got your ruler Jupiter in Cancer at the height of this T-square with the Sun and Chiron. So, you know, Jupiter's your ruler. We've also got beautiful trine with your ruler to Saturn, to Mars and Mercury. So there's really nice aspects. There's also that T-square pushing you to move forward, pushing you to maybe go to like a healing group circle, a healing ceremony. Some of you may be on like a healing retreat in a foreign country, spending time with family in a family matter. Oh, Mary, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. I love you. Sagittarius, I feel with you this new moon like support. You're being supported and you have support around you, and connect to the support that's around you. And let the people that you love, know that you support them too. So there is a very big healing frequency with your ruler Jupiter in that T square. And also new moon, when we have it in the 11th house is our hopes, our higher dreams, wishes, aspirations. So it's actually very lucky to set intentions with a new moon in your 11th house. Let's pull a card for our Sagittarians for this new moon. Oh, we've got this one again. He's popping up again, the Knight of Pentacles. Take a methodical approach and you'll achieve your dreams. Conservative, methodical, dependable, patient, clever, efficient. Yeah, our dreams need nurturing. Our dreams need the planting of the seed, which we do with the new moon, watering throughout time, and then they grow. And Saggies, I'm married to a Saggy. Okay, I've got a Sagittarius, many Sagittarius placements in my chart. I've got that energy too. Saggies like things fast. Saggies can sometimes be impatient. Be patient. Your intentions will come to fruition if you water them, if you continue with putting energy towards them. So some things take time. There's a message, Saggy, for you with this new moon of whatever your intentions are. Some things take time. And that's not a bad thing. Okay. And this is a really good time for you to plant your seeds. Love you guys. Next, we have our Capricorns. Oh my goodness, I am thirsty with this new moon. Jeez. Okay. Capricorn, sun, moon, and risings. We are having this new moon in our 10th house. And I've got my moon in Capricorn. That's why I'm saying we. This is a great new moon for us to set intentions around our work, career, legacy, long-term goals, parents, grandparents, elders in our lives. There could be an achievement, public recognition that you're getting at this time. You can be up-leveling Capricorn in a work contract. You might be getting a raise. You might be getting an offer of something. You might be realizing your value even further of what you really want professionally. There can be some power struggles. We've got Pluto in a square to this new moon in your 10th house. Okay, so, you are Capricorns after all. You are very hard workers. You are entrepreneurs. You are leaders. So don't settle. Don't settle for less than that. Don't settle for less than your value. I'm feeling like many Capricorns are going through work changes right now, or realization that there may be a work situation or a work partnership. Libra can be partnerships that might not be resonating anymore. So this new moon is great for new work opportunities. If you are in a positive work situation, that up-leveling, that gaining strength. We've got Jupiter in your 7th house in a T square with the sun opposite Chiron. There may be like a new business you're wanting to start with a lover. There may be a lover or a work partner coming back from the past, wanting to work from you. I'm getting this sense, Capricorns, like everybody wants a piece of you. People want a piece of you. They want what you got. They want that goat energy. And I probably don't need to tell you this. Don't give away anything for free. Don't give yourself away for free. Don't put yourself in a situation that how do I say this? You've outgrown. So I'm getting like, watch this new moon for What have you outgrown? Where are you ready to go to the next level? Who does it feel to be in love partnership with, in work partnership with? Where does it feel like it's gotten stagnant? This feels like a very big change coming for you guys, professionally, and for some of you, even with love, of outgrowing certain situations. Let's pull a card. Ooh. Oh, we've got this one also again. 9 of Swords. Who else got that? Was it the Virgos that got that? Who got that? Let me know in the live chat if anybody remembers, but Capricorns, we already got this card. 9 of Swords. Worrying changes nothing. Decide your next step. Anguish. Okay, this is interesting because I keep getting the sense with you Capricorns, like this is actually somebody else's energy being put on you. There's somebody else that wants what you've got. Yeah. You're the King of Pentacles. You are the King of Pentacles. Okay. I'm just getting the sense like Capricorns, you maybe need to protect your energy right now because there might be someone in work or love that they're wanting your energy. And if you're feeling stress or anxiety, you might be picking up on somebody else's energy that they're projecting onto you. I know this might sound a little bit paranoid, but I'm just feeling this very strong for the Capricorns. And sometimes people can be jealous of you Capricorns because you are hard workers, you're high achievers, you're very grounded, you get shit done, you're like a King of Pentacles energy. Okay. So don't take on the stress and the losses. I'm hearing the word losses of others. That's not yours. That is not yours. You are this. Linda says, I will claim that King of Pentacles. Yes, claim it. John Dizzle says, psychic vampires be gone. Yes, we don't want any psychic vampires up in here. Nobody got time for that. Especially not you. Okay, hope that resonates, Capricorn. I'm sending lots of love your way. Next, we've got our Aquarians. You're having this new moon in your 9th house. Beautiful new moon to be setting intentions around your beliefs, higher consciousness, ways to raise your vibration, traveling, anything that has to do with other countries, foreign people, foreign things, studying abroad, taking a course, becoming a teacher. Many Aquarians, there may be an opportunity for you to commit Libra to a new course or a study or start being like a teacher or a master of a subject. And you guys are very masterful. You are very wise. We've got Sun square Pluto in your sign on your ascendant. So big transformation you are going through. Pluto in yourself, in your relationships, Aquarius and Libra. We've also got your traditional ruler Saturn in your 2nd house, trine Jupiter, who's in that T-square to the sun opposite Libra in your 6th house. There's new abundance, there's new income streams, there's new pleasure and enjoyment. There's new beauty. You're going through the biggest freaking transformation of your lives with Pluto in your sign for the next 19 years, but there can still be fun. There can still be enjoyment. And you're being called to up level into your teacher, into your wise one, with this new moon in your 9th house. If you're traveling in a foreign country, you can have some very transformational, soul developing experiences. If you've been thinking about taking a course, take that course. If you've been thinking about teaching something, a workshop, a course, do it. You're taking in a lot of information and sharing it as well. We're in the age of Aquarius after all. Speaking of sharing information, we got this one again. We've now got 3 cards doubled. And your message this new moon in Libra, Aquarius, is the Ace of Swords. Speak your mind to solve your problems. Logic, power, heart of the matter, insight, clarity, breakthrough. This is breakthroughs. The 9th house is one of the breakthrough houses. It's luck, it's expansion, it's your higher consciousness, it's your beliefs. Can have to do with your thoughts as well. You're breaking on through. I'm hearing that Doors song. Break on through to the other side. I'm hearing that for you, Sagittarius. You might want to listen to that song. Break on Through by the Doors. Ace of Swords, piercing the veil, clarity, insight. Meditate. If you've been needing clarity, meditate, go within, connect to your higher consciousness. It's there. It's within you. You know what to do. You have the clarity. You have the insight. This is a breakthrough moment. Beautiful. Love you guys. Last but not least, we've got our magical Pisces. Thank you for your patience. If you're watching this live, you're having this new moon in Libra in your 8th house. Ooh, the 8th house of Scorpio. Right on the cusp of Scorpio season with Mars and Mercury in Scorpio. Wow. Neptune, your modern ruler, conjunct Saturn, sextile Uranus, sextile Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio. Deep, deep renewal. I'm hearing the word renewal. Opportunity for inner growth. The 8th house of Scorpio is diving deep, transformation, inner growth, secrets being exposed that empower us. Inheritance, hidden money. I am not a financial advisor. Okay, but Pisces, this could be a good new moon to look at your assets, 8th house. To look at your investments, to maybe get into investing, to speak to an investor, to merge resources with another, to go to that next level of intimacy with another. This is very good for sex and intimacy and therapy and tantra and all sorts of healing modalities. Yeah, MJ says, claiming those secrets being revealed that empower us. Yes, secrets don't always have to be a scary thing. Right? There can be secrets coming forward for you, Pisces. It is the 8th house of secrets that, as MJ is saying, empower you in your relationships. Healing, 8th house, in your relationships. And your traditional ruler, Jupiter, trine Mercury and Mars, trine Saturn, getting into that grand water trine, beautiful, and in the point of that T-square in your 5th house. Has a lot to do with love and pleasure and your creativity. How can you be even more in your gifts and share and claim your gifts? You're highly gifted spiritually and creatively. And in your empathy, Pisces. And I feel like this big theme with this new moon in Libra around our talents and our gifts. And all of us claiming that. And Pisces, you've got that. How can you be even more in your gifts? Your card, ooh, it's a very Pisces card for the Pisces. 7 of Cups. Step back from everything and gain perspective. Daydream, illusion, choices, fantasy can be loss of control, escapism, promises fulfilled. There's options in your gifts. You're multi-talented. Pisces is one of those signs you're multi-talented. You have a lot of spiritual, creative, and empathic gifts. And discernment is important. Okay. Not every cup we need to take. It looks shiny, it looks pretty. Not every cup we need to take. What cup is in alignment with our values and our integrity? What cup also makes common sense? Also, when it comes to partners, I think you can be looking very shiny right now to people. Another cups card for you, clarifier, Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're very open. It's interesting. I'm feeling like Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, your energy is very open and people are attracted to you. Let me know in the comments if you've been experiencing that. Like people are attracted to you in love and also in your gifts. Kind of like to a moth to a flame a little bit, which can be positive, but we also want to be discerning of those cups, of those opportunities. But this is positive overall. Yay. Hope that resonates with you. And hope that resonates all the 12 signs. Thank you guys so much for joining me in today's New Moon in Libra weekly Astro weather video. I appreciate you all very, very much. It's going to be a very magical week. I'm excited for this new moon. I am excited for this Scorpio season. And if you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, check out my astrology beginners course, any of my offerings, social media links. You can go to the description box of this video. Check out everything down there. Over on the scorplingshop.com, Sunny and I have some cool stuff. Should be coming out this week. Halloween themed crystals. We'll keep you posted on that. But we do have our Halloween 12 sign pinup girl shirts available. All original art made by Sunny, available over at our scorplingshop.com website. And we want to say thank you so much to everyone that has already purchased one of the Halloween pinup shirts. They are still available and they're so much fun for, of course, this Halloween season, but also any time of the year. The 12 signs as spooky pin-up babes. You can go check that out over at thescorplingshop.com. Link is in the description below. And as part of our spooky season series that we're doing here on the Meg Moonbeam channel, every Tuesday during the spooky season, there will be a new video coming out. And we have this Tuesday a paranormal investigation. We're going to have a couple paranormal investigations. So I'm not going to give anything away. I'll let it be a total surprise. But yeah, paranormal investigation coming on Tuesday. And then what's going to be the week after that? Oh yeah, the week after that is Samhain Halloween. So I got to confirm with Sunny, but I think we're going to try on Tuesday, October 28th to do a Halloween mediumship reading live stream. So that'll be coming up. And also, thank you everyone so much for the positive comments about Sunny from Pluto and I's new bi-weekly show, Hidden in the Stars. Our first episode came out this past week, and Hidden in the Stars episode 1 was Astrology of Women Who Kill, as a part of our spooky season series. And we're also going to have another spooky one come out next Saturday. So stay tuned for that. Love you all so, so much. I'm sending so much cosmic love your way. Happy New Moon in Libra. Happy Scorpio season. And I will see you all tomorrow on Monday for our daily Astro show for Monday and Tuesday. Bye, everyone.